Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, a reaction to the Seahawks' 38-37 win over the Rams on Thursday Night Football. Sam Darnold finally able to overcome the Rams here. Massive game, right? 1 seed on the line. So much hype all week for this. And as we're going through the game, it's kind of disappointing, right? Fourth quarter rolls around, 30-14, LA's winning, and I was ready to write off the Seahawks. I was ready to say season's over. No shot in hell. They're going on the road, winning all these games. Darnold clearly can't play in the big game, and I'm still not quite sure. I'll get into it in a second on Darnold. But the Rashid Shaheed punt return touchdown changed everything, saved the season for Seattle. And then the defense starts playing out of their minds. You get another big Shaheed, the end around to set up the Darnold touchdown pass to tie the game. Really, really fortunate. I actually didn't like it at all. The 2-point conversion that Zach Charbonnet was, I was going to say that he got, was rewarded with, where Darnold threw the pass backwards by half an inch. And after batting off a Rams defender's head, everyone stops playing. Charbonnet picks it up. It's a good 2-point conversion because the whistle doesn't blow. I understand that's the rule. And if there's no whistle, you got to play it out. But man, that felt cheap. I didn't like that at all. Insanely lucky break for Seattle. If you're a Rams fan, sick to your stomach watching that. Just, you never see anything like that. I can't think of any time. I don't like being able to go back and review that. It just felt weird. I guess you have to be able to. I didn't like that the play carried out, you rule it incomplete, and then, let's go back and take a look at it. Guys stopped playing. I mean, when Charbonnet picked the ball up there, Rams defenders walking off the field. I guess play to the whistle is the motto learned there, but it felt wrong for a game of that magnitude to have that important of a play, 30-28 before that conversion tied it. That felt ridiculous to me. But I guess that's just the rules, right? Can't do anything about it. This game, and before I get into it too much, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the videos. If you're new to the channel, because I'm sure we'll get some Rams and Seahawks fans in here, really appreciate you tuning in. Would help us out a lot if you subscribed. But at the very least, leave a comment about your feelings on the game, and we hope to see you again as the NFL playoffs roll around, and we'll be doing live reactions to all the playoff games when they come. So your teams will be featured on this channel a lot, or at least you hope a lot, come playoff time. This was a monster win for Seattle. Obviously, with the 1 seed on the line, like we that's an obvious statement. But what I mean is, if you're a Rams fan, you want to host the games, right? You want to be at home. The Rams are capable of going on the road and winning playoff games. We've seen them do it before. Stafford's going to be the quarterback that we'd all pick out of the NFC guys that you'd want leading your team in January football. They can do it. I'm not concerned if I'm a Rams fan that we can't go, you're going to be the 5 seed. You're going to go in all likelihood to Tampa or Carolina. You're gonna mop the floor with whoever that NFC South winner is. And then in all likelihood, you're going to have a rematch with Seattle. Now, you would much prefer that game at home, but you can see here, the Rams are on their way to kicking ass tonight. That game was as close to being a blowout as you could get before the Shaheed punt return touchdown. Seattle, on the other hand, there's no shot in hell they're going to the Super Bowl if they're a wild card team. It's just not going to happen. They need that home field advantage. They need the crowd. Clearly, you can see tonight, when they get going and the crowd gets into it, the defense starts rolling. At the end of the game there, they were just playing out of their minds. The Rams in the fourth quarter, after their touchdown to go up 30-14, 3-and-out, missed field goal, and then you have the 7 plays punt. The Seattle defense took over there and kept them in the game for that fourth quarter. Obviously, they give up 30 points in the touchdown in overtime as well. So, but they got going with the crowd there. I can't see a world. Darnold, I'm really happy for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold needed that moment today because he's been so good for 2 years now. He's won more games than any quarterback in the league over the past 2 years. And it would have been just ridiculous if he's sitting there 11-4 if they had lost today. 14-3 the Vikings last year. The dude can't get a home playoff game at the hands of the Rams every single time, seemingly, and the Lions last year. I was so happy for him because it very much looked like we were on our way to every single person coming out in sports media tomorrow saying he can't do it. Like this is why the Vikings let him go. I tweeted out when he had the opportunity late in the game. I can't remember which drive it was. I said, this game has been the reason the Vikings didn't re-sign Darnold. It's exactly what happened against the Lions and the Rams last year. He just fell apart in big moments. I don't know if it's the moment getting to him, the way the defense is schemed, whatever it is, the pressure on him. I mean, quite literally the pressure, right, from the guys like Verse, and I mean, it's an elite defense over there, or they have some elite players. But everyone would have been talking about how Sam, really awesome to accumulate wins against the teams that suck, which the Seahawks have done at a pretty fantastic rate this year, just beating the crap out of bad teams. But when it counts, he can't do it. And I mean, man, when you're throwing interceptions to D linemen on the 5-yard line, like that is the kind of performance where you go, oh, maybe he's just seeing ghosts again. I don't know what's happening here. But what really saved him, that final drive in overtime, down 37-30, after the night you had, and we talk about the Seattle comeback, Sam really wasn't great during that entire comeback up until this final drive, right? It was a punt return touchdown. It was a Shaheed end around, and then he almost overthrew. Was it Barner who caught the touchdown? It was Barner, the 26-yard pass where he's wide open. I mean, whatever the play was brilliant. Barner's wide open in the end zone, and Sam almost overthrows him. Luckily, he doesn't. Then you have the lucky 2-point conversion. Rams miss a kick. Sam didn't play that well. Even with the opportunities they had to finally take the lead, they got the ball back 2 more times, 3 more times after they tied it, and he's just taking monster sack after monster sack. I wasn't really impressed with Sam during that comeback, and they get the ball there in overtime. I don't think a lot of people are going to talk about that tomorrow. That's something to kind of keep in mind here. I'm not trying to shit on the Seahawks or shit on Sam Darnold. Excuse my language. But everyone's going to come out tomorrow and be like, Sam Darnold did it. He proved he can win the big game. And I wasn't completely sold on that aspect. But that final touchdown drive, the 9-play 65-yarder, where, Sam just has that picture-perfect pass to Cooper Kupp on the sideline. And Kupp's, for a guy who was quiet all night against his former team, to come up with that catch, drag the right foot, I mean, that's a big-time play. That is just a big-time play. And I think he had another one to JSN at the start of that drive. A really nice throw. And, of course, get down the field, you score. 2-point conversion. And I love the decision. You have to win that football game. And the way it worked, the Rams having won the previous matchup, if it's a tie, Rams have the tiebreaker. So you give the ball back to LA, 3.5 minutes left or so, 3 minutes. They're content to just run the clock out. Seattle had 1 timeout. You had to go for 2. For anyone who's wondering why they did that, you had to go for 2 because otherwise Rams own the tiebreaker. I believe their final 2 games are Atlanta and Arizona. They're going to win those 2, and that's it. That's all she wrote for your 1 seed. You're going on the road, and you're probably going to lose at some point. But Sam, converts the 2-point conversion by, I mean, like, the tiniest fraction of a hair, right? He gets it past the helmet of how horrible would it have been if Darnold threw it off someone's helmet on that 2-point conversion? But he just makes a great throw that barely gets through everyone, and it's completed for the win. Who caught it? Saubert? I don't even know who Saubert is. But I just thought that was a huge moment for Sam, a huge confidence booster. I'm curious to see how people react tomorrow because I think they'll overreact to that one drive and saying that, he's ready to go. He's ready for the moment. That wasn't I'm ready for the moment drive. Didn't see it all game. I'm still really worried about Seattle. I'm not picking them to go to the Super Bowl. If they played LA again, I'd pick LA. I'm more confident in that team. I have a lot more trust in Stafford than Darnold. Obviously, Sam has had a fantastic year. He's been great. But I wasn't convinced tonight. I just think that moment in particular, that drive in particular, was amazing, and it showed he can do it. He showed that he can do it. You just hope that the next time these two teams meet, and I have to imagine they will, in all likelihood, the second round, if things go according to plan in the NFC, you'll have the 1-seeded Seahawks on a bye, probably the 2-seed Packers or Bears. Assume they win that game. They'll be playing Philly, the 3 seed. Again, should be Philly. And then we're going to get a rematch here in the second round. I'll probably go LA, but clearly these two teams can hang with each other. That was a big win for the Seahawks. Just a massive win to show they can do it when it felt like the Rams were really starting to separate themselves in the NFC. I mean, Stafford tonight goes for 457, 3 touchdowns. Zig or Zag this week, for people who don't know, the segment where our co-host Ziggy, he does a couple predictions for on the betting markets. I think it was 455 total yards for Stafford and Darnold combined tonight. They go for like 700 total. Stafford had 457, and he's such a tough dude. I mean, he took that shot in the gut, comes back in the game on that touchdown drive in overtime. They got bailed out. There was the offsides on 3rd and 6. That pass he completed to Puka, I mean, he got nailed. I don't know. I don't think they showed it or talked about it on the broadcast, but he's taking some heavy shots, standing in the pocket, getting beat up, putting it on the money. A lot of drops, right? Parkinson had a couple drops in this one. He's he's a baller, Matthew Stafford. He's going to win MVP. He should win MVP. He had the touchdown pass that he threw earlier in the game. I think, was that to Puka as well? The no look or the out of the side of his eyes. He's just been unbelievable. And again, I'll take him over anyone come playoff time. But man, I thought he was tough, and the Rams easily could have walked away with this one. And to bounce back, right after you get punched in the mouth the way they did with the punt return, 3 and out touchdown, boom, this game's tied. A lot on the line. For them to respond and go back down the field, right? They had the missed kick, which was unfortunate. The overtime touchdown drive. Puka's just been crazy. Puka's the past few weeks, and I know this because I played him in fantasy twice. The past 2 weeks, there's a 2-week playoff where I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He goes 7 receptions, 167, 2 touchdowns 3 weeks ago or 2 games ago. Last week against Detroit, 9 for 181, no touchdowns. And today, 12 for 225 and 2 touchdowns. Like, I mean, he's got to be the offensive play. I know Jackson Smith and Jigba has had a great year too. I think he maybe still leads him in yards. It's actually probably Puka after tonight. The way Puka stepped up these past few weeks, it's hard not for me to, if I had a vote, to give it to Puka for Offensive Player of the Year. He's just crazy. With no Devontae tonight too. He missed the game, right? He's a game back on JSN in that race for yardage. Some of the catches he makes. I mean, that one he had late in the game, I can't remember what drive it was, or Stafford just threw it up, and he's got Witherspoon, one of the best in the business, all over him. He comes down with it. I think he said the other day, just throw it up. I'm coming down with the football. I trust 12 to do it every single. He said that to Brady. I trust 12 to come down with the ball every time. And he had a weird week where he's saying stuff on streams and apologizing on Twitter, whatever. Puka is also a baller, and I would not want to see the Rams. You got to be thinking a Bucs or Panthers fan right now is going, are you kidding me? We're going to get them in the first round. And you probably deserve it too if you're the Bucs or the Rams. I mean, you're 7-7. Like, yeah, you kind of deserve to get the Rams in the first round just to have that season end. The NFC South has been so weird. I mean, I love Kyren Williams too. I know he didn't have a big night, but when they got the ball right before overtime, Kyren, I see him just running up and down that sideline, yelling at people. Obviously, Kyren would never in a million years remember who I am, but when I produced the Notre Dame football show a handful of years ago, it's still hysterical to me when Kyren walked in the house with all the ND guys, right? Kyle Hamilton's house with a couple other dudes that did the podcast. Kyren burst through the door, and I'm setting up in the garage. And in the garage, you had, the show was called Inside the Garage. You could probably Google it. But in the garage of their house, there was a door that you opened up and you could see the front door. So it was opened, and I'm like, bent over adjusting a wire or something. Kyren Williams comes busting into the house. Super energetic guy, really nice guy. And he just goes like, what up, my, and says a word I can't say. Let's just say bros. What up, my bros? And just freezes because me and him make eye contact, and I'm like hunched over, fixing a wire before the podcast, just staring at each other. I'm like, I'm not your bro. I mean, and he's like, that's not my bro. And I was like, hey man. He just kind of like, deer in headlights goes, sup. I'm like, see you in like a few minutes for the show. And he's like, yeah. And just bolts up the stairs. And he goes like, yo, who's in the garage? Like as high pitched as you can imagine. Now, I'm just a really nice guy. I mean, amazing competitor, Kyron Williams. Was 6th running back on the Notre Dame depth chart when he took over that job. I think his junior, maybe his sophomore year. Great, just a great player. But this Rams team, they're going to be fine. You want to have the road go through LA. Now, it's not the best home field advantage in the world, but you want to avoid having to go back to Seattle. Again, though, they were the team that could afford to lose this game more. Now we got 2 contenders in the NFC. The Rams win today. I'm writing off Seattle. I know that's probably wrong. People won't be happy about that. I don't trust them at all. I don't trust them at all to go on the road and win those games. At home, they can do it. They're kind of Denver-y to me. I think Denver at home, really tough to beat. I mean that, again, phenomenal home field advantage, great defense. You the quarterback is good, but you have your doubts. I like Sam more than Bo Nix. But you still have some concerns there. I actually like the whole offense for Seattle better than Denver, but you have your doubts. Being in your building matters. That was huge. So, all right, we'll get ready to wrap it up there. Just an awesome game. So much fun to watch that. Great weekend of football too. I mean, Packers Bears now on Saturday night. Like, I mean, this is it, right? This is the home stretch. I know we got a lot of Packers fans who listen to this channel. Hopefully tonight, a couple more Rams and Seahawks fans. Let me know if you enjoyed the content, the solo reaction here. Always kind of fun to do those. I miss having the guys, but it's just another form of doing this that's entertaining. I think it's the best way to grow as a broadcaster. You do it by yourself and figure out your pacing and all that. It's fun stuff. I just want to see, was there. Yeah, there's just one more thing. I guess I'll mention it because it's in my notes here. A big separator in Stafford and Darnold in these situations to me. And again, very happy for Sam. Unbelievable final drive. You can see when you go back and watch the fourth quarter drives they had. Now, the Rams didn't score either, right? When they had they got down into field goal range. But one thing Sam does in these games a lot, he just takes massive sacks. And if you go watch Stafford, even the plays where he has people all around him, might just be a little dump off to the running back's feet, throw it out of bounds, right? He gets it out and he gets it away. Where you're in these 2nd and 17s, these 2nd and 15s, you set yourself behind the line. Seattle likes to run the football, we know. That's just one thing that Darnold keeps doing, where I'm watching Seattle going, all right, like they got away with it tonight, but that's the thing that he did last year. And I'm not trying to rip on Darnold. I thought he played great at the end when it mattered on that drive. But big difference between the two guys. A little savvier from Stafford, a little calmer under pressure there. Darnold takes those big negative plays. But again, great bounce back for Sam. Hopefully this fixes everything. Hopefully this is the drive that got Sam's head screwed on right. And in these moments, he's just going to come out. I'm rooting for him. Yes, would a piece of me... Someone asked this the other day. How devastated would I be if Darnold left the Vikings and immediately won the Super Bowl with Seattle, and the Vikings are in this, unfortunate, I don't know. Well, McCarthy's playing better, but obviously worse off position with JJ McCarthy. I still harbor some pretty bad feelings for Seattle from the Walsh play. And then maybe, yes, I am a little spiteful. I'm jaded, right? I mean, I'm a Viking fan. It's been hell as a Viking fan in my lifetime. Just heartbreak. Yeah, I guess I'd be pretty pissed. I like Sam though, so I'm rooting for. It's weird. I'm rooting for Sam, but I just can't root for Seattle. Like I can't root for the situation. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right. 38-37 Seahawks win over the Rams. It looks like they're in the driver's seat for the 1 seed right now. They close with at Carolina, at San Fran. Oh, you don't really know what you're getting, and I guess San Francisco. If San Francisco won that, would they be the one? Because when they played earlier in the year, Seattle kicked their ass. So they'd be tied. 49. I think the Rams beat. I don't know what happens if we get into a three-way tie here. I'm not sure what the situation is for the 49ers being able to win that division. But regardless, Seahawks control their destiny for the 1 seed right now. Huge win. Congrats. My buddy Weston's friend, Matt, huge Seahawk fan. He leaves us comments all the time. I'm sure he's listening to this one. Congrats. That's just unbelievable win for you guys. It felt like it was the Rams' year midway through that game. And Rashid Shaheed changed it all. Did not think I'd be saying that this year, but Rashid Shaheed changed it all. And yeah, you guys are absolutely now a top tier Super Bowl contender. You're the 1 seed, you're a top tier Super Bowl contender in my book. Unless you're the 2008 Titans. No offense. So we'll wrap it up there. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll do some Packers-Bears preview, I'm sure. And can't wait to see you again on Saturday night after that, reacting to that game. See you soon.